Okay, so I did my summer homework assignment for honor cell bio, and I defined the structure and function for the list of items here and told the difference between these items here. So, and I also drew an animal cell right here instead of a plant cell and included all the things and labeled it. So, plasma membrane, the function is to protect the cell from its surroundings, and the structure is a phospholipid bilayer with embedded proteins in it, and the difference is the function for the cell wall also protects and supports the cell, other than just protecting it, also supports the function of the cell and just helps it. The cell wall, the structure is composed of cellulose, a structural carbohydrate, and it's considered a complex sugar. And the function of that is to protect the structure and to support the cell all around. Prokaryote, the single-celled organism with no distinct nucleus with a membrane or other specialized organelles, and eukaryote cell, any organism whose cells have a cell nucleus and other organelles enclosed within membranes. Difference is prokaryote found in single-celled organisms, and eukaryote is found in multiple-celled organisms. So prokaryote is found in most plants. Chloroplast is a plastid that contains chlorophyll and in which photosynthesis takes place. And the mitochondria is typically the powerhouse of the cell, as people call it, and it can take in nutrients, it breaks them down, creates energy molecules for the cell. A difference between the chloroplast and the mitochondria is that the chloroplasts are made up of stacks of thylakoids surrounded by a fluid called stroma, and mitochondria are composed of a prokaryote cell. The difference between plant and animal cell. Plant cell is a type of eukaryotic cell that are found in organisms within the plant kingdom. Animal cell is a eukaryotic cell, so multiple molecules. A eukaryotic cell, very similar to a plant cell, except it has some of the things that plant cell doesn't. And that's the only difference. Additional structures found in plant cells. For example, chloroplast is found in the plant cell wall, and also the vacuoles. Those aren't found in animal cells. And the cell wall structure is composed of cellulose, a structural carb, and is considered a complex sugar. The function is to protect the cell, helps with the structure and support. Nucleus function is to control gene expression and mediate the replication of DNA during the cell cycle. The structure is fully enclosed. Nuclear membrane contains the majority of the cell's genetic material. The ribosome function is to support the cell structure, and also makes protein. And the structure of it, the small ribosomal subunit with the RNA, and the large subunit which joins amino acids to form a polypeptide chain. So it's a chain of proteins. Cytoplasm structure is a gel-like substance, and it's about 80% water and usually colorless. The function is to I made them backwards, but the function is to support the cell membrane, and it's found inside eukaryotic cells and surrounds the nucleus. Rough endoplasmic reticulum, the function is responsible for the assembly of many proteins. The structure is rough because of the ribosomes attached to its surface, other than the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, which function is it also regulates and releases calcium ions and processes them and toxins, keeps out toxins, and it's called smooth endoplasmic reticulum to differentiate from the rough, because the rough has ribosomes attached to it and the smooth doesn't. And Golgi apparatus, the structure of that is made up of a membrane-bound sacs, and the function is to process and bundle macromolecules like proteins and lipids. The vacuole structure tends to be pretty large, very important on providing structural support for the whole cell, and the function is to store, waste disposal, protection, cell growth. It's kind of like the digestive system of the cell. And the lysosome, the structure of that is organelles that contain digestive enzymes similar to the vacuole, and the function of that is to digest or get rid of worn out organelles, food particles, and engulfed viruses of bacteria. Mitochondria structure, outer membrane covers the organelle and contains it like a skin inner membrane, folds over many times, and creates layered structures called cristae, and the function is to provide power to the cell, also the powerhouse over here. And the chloroplast, the structure of that is sacs of thylakoids called grona, as well as stroma. The function of that is it works to convert light energy of the sun with sugars that can be used by the cells. The cytoskeleton structure is a network of protein fibers supporting the cell shape and anchoring organelles within the cell, and the function is to provide support in the cell and the structure all around. And that's my picture of the animal cell.